close-up look at all your Concho Valley High School football. This is Inside the Game, sponsored by Mitchell Automotive Group.
Welcome to Inside the Game. I'm your host, Jaden Hart. 3 weeks are left in the high school football regular season. District title races, playoff spots up for grabs, and rivalry games taking center stage this week. And we start with the big one, Angry Orange versus Mojo. For the 51st time, the two met up tonight. And per usual, the stakes were high again. Permian sole possession of second place. Central tied with Abilene for third. Half a game back to the Panthers. It was low scoring at Ratliff early in. 10-7 at the half. Permian up. Here they add 3 more to make it 13-7. In the second half, Bobcats trying to get things rolling. Tyler Hill's pass is incomplete. Here the Panthers in the red zone, and Central's defense is going to come up and force the Panthers to kick another field goal, so that made it 16-7 and late in the fourth quarter. Finally a touchdown for some highlights. Rodney Hall jumping over the top. Mojo takes the lead, and they're going to go on to win it tonight. Back-to-back wins over the Cats. 21-7 the final at Ratliff Stadium. Let's go to Midland. The Midland ISD Hall of Legends class was introduced tonight. You see Cedric Benson, jersey right there, that he was one of the inductees. And in the first quarter, Midland Legacy is going to run things up. They were already up 15-0. Here, McKaylen Young breaks free, showing off his skills. 22-zip Rebels. Midland High would try to answer on the next possession. The pitch out to Jacob Urias, and he breaks free, tackled just short of the goal line. It's a little later, 3rd and goal. It's Landry Walls, the QB, punching it in for the Bulldogs. They're on the scoreboard. Midland High was trying to play catch-up with Legacy all night. Here, the surprise after a surprise onside kick, it completely backfired. Would end up going for a Legacy touchdown. Aiden Acosta is the one that will end up coming up with it, or here, excuse me, Aiden Acosta is going to catch it for the touchdown, giving the Rebels just more padding to that lead. Then on the ensuing Bulldog drive, it's going to be more trouble for the purple and gold, my alma mater, by the way, who has struggled in recent years in the Little Southwest Conference, and tonight was no different. Here, after a fumble recovery, it's Legacy's Chase Barton who capitalizes. Legacy is going to, we're very lost with the shot sheet Midland gave us, but regardless, Legacy wins in a rout tonight over Midland High, 57-27. All right, let's go over to Abilene. Odessa High taking on Abilene High, and Odessa High gets on the board first. It's the Broncos going deep. They've got Ivan Carry-On wide open, and he takes it in for 6. Broncos lead 7-0. Next possession for Odessa, trying to run the ball, but it's punched out, and Jason Henley comes up with it, and they're turning defense into offense over in Abilene, and we have a tied ball game at 7. Later, DeKing Thomas gets loose, huge hole on the left side, and he is gone. Touchdown, Eagles. Warbirds up 14-7. Let's move over to the second play of the second quarter. Bam Rashall making work happen. Touchdown, Eagles. That's 21-7, and ASU wins in a rout tonight, 42-7, the final from Shotwell Stadium. And here is how things are shaping up in the Little Southwest Conference with just 2 weeks left. Legacy and Permian have both clinched playoff spots. Those two play in the final week, and it could decide the district title. Abilene is now half a game back for second place. The Eagles, they're still in the mix for the district title as well, but they would need to win out and have Permian beat Legacy to force a 3-way tie. And as for that final playoff spot, Central holding on to it if the season were to end today. The Cats still in really good position. They get Midland Legacy next week, so things won't be easy. And then they're going to end with the Bulldogs, who look like they could end up being second in this district. Midland High is on the right, or on the outside looking in there. And if the Bulldogs were to steal a win against Abilene, things could get real interesting very fast. However, the same could be really, like said for the Bobcats, if they win against Legacy or Abilene. Odessa and Friendship still have a shot at that final playoff spot, but a lot is going to have to go their way. They need to win out and have some help. Problem is, they play one another next week, so someone's getting eliminated no matter what in the Little Southwest Conference. Always fun. over in West Texas football. Okay, let's go back to the Concho Valley now, starting with how the rivalry between El Dorado has gone in recent years. Cristobal, they've been the ones that have taken it. They won last season, and it multiple times have Cristobal and El Dorado duked it out for a district title, and it's been the de facto case. Tonight, for the 20th matchup, that's how things went again. And let's start rolling into the highlights. El Dorado looking to stay unbeaten on the season. It's their offense against the Cristobal defense. First quarter, Cristobal strikes first. It's Riley Workman on the outside. Cougars for the touchdown. Still in the first quarter, Josh Fava breaking things open. That made it 12-0, and then they're going to continue to add a score before the Eagles could even get on the board. It's Bo Jolly with the touchdown. 20-zip. Cougars running away with it. El Dorado finally gets on the scoreboard, though, for halftime. Corbin Covarrubias to Caden Gonzalez. Tonight was Cristobal's game, guys. Bo Jolly on the receiving end, this time from the deep ball. That's a touchdown, and Cristobal pulls off the upset over the 8th-ranked team in 2A Division II. They take it tonight 46-22. Our Cassie Munoz caught up with head coach Casey Otho on the big win.
Hey, Jaden, I'm here with Coach Otho, the Cristobal Cougars winning coach tonight. Coach, tell me a little bit about tonight's win. You guys come in and you guys are on a hot start, and you guys kind of continue that throughout the game. Talk about your game plan tonight.
Well, the game plan started on Monday, you know, just the mental game. We knew there was going to be a lot of things going on throughout the week that we had to block out. And once we got that blocked out, you know, early in the week, then we started preparing, you know, physically and things like that. And these guys do a great job. Coach staff does a great job of getting these kids ready to play.
Yeah, and you talk about, you know, starting on Monday. You guys said that, and I think that is a testament to kind of what kind of team you guys are in preparing that entire week and kind of staying focused. I talked to some of your players, and they said, you know, they kind of didn't buy into that hype. Is that something you kind of teach them, or is that something they kind of do on their own?
Yeah, you know, just having the playoff experience that we had last year, you know, going to the 4th round, you know, that carries over to the next year of how a team is supposed to prepare regardless of the opponent. And I think, you know, just those guys taking what they had last year, you know, experience-wise, and how to practice for the playoffs, how to play the best team that you're going to play each week, how it's going to be a win-and-go-home kind of deal. Just treat each week like it's a win-and-go-home.
And then, I mean, you guys did that tonight. You guys on defense weren't allowing them to really get into the red zone pretty much the entire night, you know, unless, you know, it was when they scored. But aside from that, you guys really were able to hold them to it. And talk about your defense. What went into that game plan?
I mean, our defense is lights out. You know, we take a lot of pride in our defense, and these guys take a lot of pride in it too. They work at it. Our secondaries does an amazing job. Our defensive linebackers, I mean, the whole thing. You know, the D-line and everything. They just take pride in what they do, and I just feel that if someone's taking that much pride in what they do, that it's just the outcome and the payoff is amazing.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Coach. All right, we'll send it right back to you in the studio, Jaden.
This update sponsored by Bug Express.
Exciting game in Fort Stockton tonight. Lakeview taking on the defending district champs out in 2-4A Division I, and the Chiefs took them to overtime. It was close all night, double overtime actually. Lakeview falls short 35-32. There are no moral victories, but I will say this was a big step in the right direction to kick off district play for the Chiefs. And if we do take a look at the standings after just 1 week of district play, Big Spring took down Andrews big time, 48-19, and that's who Lakeview gets next week. As for the other two teams in the district, Fort Stockton and Big Spring, someone's going to have a loss after next week. They play one another. That Lakeview game is on the road in Andrews. All right, we are still plenty of action to get into here on Inside the Game. Coming up, Wall was looking to bounce back on the road against Breckenridge tonight. We'll catch up with the rest of 3A. Great Creek and Brady. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
It's the home makeover sale at Furniture Row. And right now, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Plus 5 years no interest financing and free shipping. But hurry, the home makeover sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
Just like the cowboys who work the cattle from dawn till dark. Just like the farmers who plow the fields from sunup to sundown. Triple pane windows do the job around the clock without complaint. Window Depot is your full-time partner for windows and doors. Hard work driven, your hometown brand. Window Depot, corner of North Chadbourne and Loop 306.
Hi, I'm Mike with MGB, Mike's Gold Buyers. Gold and silver prices are terrific, which means more money for your gold, silver, and diamonds. Come to MGB and you'll say,
I sold gold and I like Mike.
On Avenue N by Angelo State.
Concho Valley homepage isn't just a website or an app in San Angelo. It's your connection to everything in the Concho Valley. From Wall to Cristoval, Miles to Great Creek, people turn to Concho Valley homepage over 1 million times. With webcasts, push alerts, and website exclusives, all completely free, behind 0 paywalls. ConchoValleyHomepage.com isn't just news for San Angelo. It's keeping you connected to the Concho Valley.
Right here, in our hands, we have the power to save a life. If you see a teen or adult suddenly collapse, call 911 and push hard and fast in the center of the chest.
The power is in your hands.
Introducing the Doctor's Choice Hybrid with the cooling full-body comfort of gel memory foam and individually wrapped coils featuring Boss technology. Choose from the luxury firm, Plush, and Eurotop, the Doctor's Choice Hybrid, exclusively at Denver Mattress.
I'm a stats guy, so let's throw one out there. Over the span of the last decade, Wall is 53-3 in district play. Crazy to think about. 2 of those losses have been the last 2 years against Jim Ned. Now the Hawks were looking to bounce back tonight against Breckenridge after the loss to the Indians. Hawks moving the change here early. Gabe Haskins dishes it out to Andrew Russell, and he making things happen for the Hawks. And then check it out on the very next play. Dominic Garcia breaks free, and he's off to the races. He's going to score, and Wall is going to hold off a very close game tonight against the Breckenridge, 29-26, the final. Let's go over to Tuscola. Jim Ned hosting TLCA. This one was all Indians. Tate Yardley showing off why they were the reigning state champs. Blaine Palmer takes it in for the touchdown. That made it 42-zip. And Jim Ned is going to roll past TLCA tonight, 70-0, the final from Tuscola. Checking out the 3-3A Division I standings. Early took down Clyde 34-15. So this is how things stand. Jim Ned still holding on to first place. Wall and Breck now tied for second place. We have Early and Clyde tied there for the 4th and final playoff spot. TLCA still sitting down at the bottom of the pack at 0-3. Let's move over to District 2-3A, Division II. This has been a frenzy of a district. It's been fun and exciting. It's been one of the tightest races in the Concho Valley. Grape Creek currently tied with Sonora for first place, who happened to beat the team the Eagles were playing, Brady, tonight on the road. So let's go to Bulldog Stadium. Eagles looking to bounce or keep control of the district, and Brady looking to bounce back. In the first, it's Colton Walker who takes off, and Grape Creek starting things off with a little momentum, 7-zip. And a minute later, Brady responds right back. That's Hayden Barnett who scores the touchdown, worked even at 7. And in the second, Dalton Dillon takes the handoff to the right side and gets in for the Grape Creek touchdown. Eagles in front. We're still in the second. Zeke Jones now for Brady, extends it past untouched for a touchdown, and Brady bounces back in style, winning a very close game, hard-fought win, 34-27. So how about the other team that I said was in first place? Well, they take care of business on the road, 50-25, and that means that they're still in control of this one. Ballinger beat down Ingram Moore 61-0, so they finally get their first win of the season. And right in the middle there, it looks like it's going to be a 3-way race to the finish line. Sonora in first, Brady second, Grape Creek also there in second. Next week, Grape Creek gets Sonora and could shake things up with a win, so that's something we will be keeping an eye on. All right, well, we saw El Dorado and Cristobal play. Coming up, we're going to catch up with the rest of District 14 2A Division II, along with Mason and Ozona. Highlights right after this.
We're the Cristobal Cougars, and you're watching Inside the Game. We're the El Dorado
This update sponsored by Bug Express.
The El Dorado Game Association invites you to their annual Hunters Appreciation Dinner, November 6th at 6:30. McGowan's Barbecue will be served at $10 a plate, and a raffle will follow the meal. The donations are $1 each. Prizes include over 80 guns, pistols, hunting accessories, high-end coolers, gift cards, and loads of other prizes. There will be special gun auctions and gun boards, and the grand prize is a 2021 CF Moto C4 600 ATV. For more information, go to eldoradogame.org.
I'll be seeing you in all the old familiar places.
Battles aren't won solely on the field. Battles are won within. Over enemies of fear. Enemies of doubt. In that place where promises are kept. In the heart of every Marine, you'll find a promise. A promise of battles won.
But everything looks clear. No ugly white spots in there.
All gone.
I'll see you later. Okay.
So Dr. Pooey is the best of the leukemia doctors at St. Jude. We very quickly found out how much he loves his patients. One of our first visits with Dr. Pooey, he was kind of running through the protocol and naming off all the medications. And he said, but don't worry, you don't pay that, St. Jude pays that. Just to think, like, and what if they didn't?
All right, welcome back. Aside from the big one between El Dorado and Cristobal tonight, two other games happened in 14 Division II. Menard and Miles battling out for a tie, at least, in the second spot in that district. So let's go out to Miles, Texas. Yellow Jackets and Bulldogs meeting up. And then we'll go to the first quarter. The direct snap is to Isaiah Stanislavski from 5 yards out. Menard taking an early 6-0 lead, but they missed the point after. So Miles responds right back. This time it's Haven Book who follows his blocker, showing off the speed. Miles takes a 7-6 lead. Then a minute left in the quarter. Book airs it out, and this is Elijah Sanchez who powers his way in for the end zone. Touchdown to Miles, and that made it 14-6, and Miles is going to hold on for the win tonight, 44-32. So other team in action tonight. Junction still looking for that first win. They fall to Rock Springs. The Angoras, on the other hand, do get their first win, 24-20 the final. So taking a look at the district standings, El Dorado is no longer in first place. It should have been updated. Cristobal is 3-0. El Dorado is 2-1. So flip those teams. Other than that, Miles is 2-1. Menard is 1-2. Rock Springs now in that hunt for the playoff spot, when Menard still has to play Rock Springs, so that will be probably the deciding factor in who's going to the postseason, at least out of that district. All right, let's move down to 14 2A Division I. Number 8, Mason and Johnson City, and let's go to the very final drive for Mason of this game, or at least to start the fourth quarter. It's Ryan Todd. They were backed up all the way in their end zone, and then Ryan Todd again gets the carry on 4th and 3, picks it up. It looked like he scored. He didn't. So, punchers still needing to punch into the end zone, and it's Jaden Scantlin who gets the TD. They would go for 2 and not get it. So, it left Johnson City a chance, little under 2.5 minutes to play. The punchers bring in the pass rush, and guess who? I mentioned the name Ryan Todd. Well, that's who picks it off, and that would seal it. Mason holds off the upset tonight at the Puncher Dome, 26-21 the final. Okay, the Ozona Lions, they were on the road taking on Bracketville. It was close for a while. Ozona, though, is going to eventually pull away and get the win, 28-14. So taking a look at the district, Mason now in sole possession of first place. Johnson City there with Ozona. They have the tiebreaker over the Lions at 2-1. Harper also 2-1. They picked up the win over Centerpoint 35-9. Next week, Mason's on the road at Bracketville, while Ozona and Harper will be playing at Lions Stadium. So some action and shakeups are going to happen in this district. We'll stay tuned for plenty to come. All right, six-man football coming your way. Two big matchups. Sterling City and Water Valley playing big games for district implications. Highlights from their games. But first, let's go to this week's Bolles Fan Cam.
Catering for Inside the Game is provided by Double Dave's Pizza Works.
Need to refresh a room in your home?
Yeah, have you seen this place?
Well, right now, you can get a look you love and save big during the final days of the home makeover sale at Furniture Row. Shop today because the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. You'll also find savings on every sofa, every dining table, and every bed. Plus 5 years no interest and free shipping. I love it. But don't wait. The home makeover sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
On a Suspicious Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
Howdy, Logan. Wonder if you can help me out with something.
Sure, Sheriff.
Looking for a couple of goalposts. Went missing after the big win last night.
What? That's awful. Who would steal a goalpost?
Say, that is a nice new swing set you got there.
Oh, this old thing. Well, makes the boy happy, I guess.
Interesting design.
Oh, yeah, it's Scandinavian. You know what? You should check the streakers across the street. They have a very suspicious new antenna.
Thanks for the tip.
Anytime, Sheriff.
Dr. Pepper, the one fans deserve.
Hi, I'm Mike with MGB, Mike's Gold Buyers. Gold and silver prices are terrific, which means more money for your gold, silver, and diamonds. Come to MGB and you'll say,
I sold gold and I like Mike.
on Avenue N by Angelo State.
Food King and Concho Valley Homepage would like to make your Thanksgiving a lot easier this year with the Turkey Day giveaway. Go to ConchoValleyHomepage.com/contest and enter before November 16th for your chance to win $250 for your Thanksgiving. The Turkey Day giveaway is sponsored by Food King.
These are unprecedented times, challenging how the YMCA works to strengthen community as we have for nearly 170 years. But we've always found ways to help people and communities in times of crisis. Right now, Ys across the country are providing emergency childcare, shelter, food programs, and outreach to seniors. But we can't do it alone. Whether you're connected to the Y or have a fond Y memory, we need you to stay with us. Reach out to your local Y today and stay with us for a better us.
All right, six-man football. Let's start things out in 1A Division I. Sterling City taking on Westbrook. Last year, the Eagles got the best of the Wildcats twice. Sterling City ended up winning the district title and then taking them down in the playoffs. This year, though, could things flip? Let's roll the highlights. Sterling City, the number 2 ranked team in the state, trying to hold off Westbrook, and here Westbrook was out to a big lead early. John Martinez running in for the Water Valley because they're the Wildcats. They're up 32-0 over the Eagles. Here, Cass Johnson is going to fumble, but it's recovered by Sterling City in the end zone, so they're on the board for their first touchdown of the night. That made it 32-6. Here, Westbrook, though, gets another touchdown in before halftime. It's Aiden Sullivan with the catch. Sterling City fought back. It looked like they were going to get mercy ruled. They came back and took the lead, actually. They fall tonight, 60-50, the final score. Other game in that district, Robert Lee hosting Highland. Steers are going to get on the board first here. Michael Munoz rolling around in the pocket. He makes the throw to Ivan Escamilla, eventually catches it for the touchdown. They're out to an early lead. Highland, though, responds. It's Court Sargent. The low look back to Bryce McGee, splits the defense. Highland scores, and they're going to roll away and get the big win, 72-24. Let's take a quick look at the district standings. Westbrook now in sole possession. They get Robert Lee next week. Sterling City on the bye. Bront takes on Highland. The other district in the Concho Valley, District 14, 1A Division I, Water Valley taking on Eden. 5th-ranked Wildcats just continue to cruise. Here, Cannon Weiss making a miss, 10-yard touchdown. Eden got on the board here. Julian Gamboa completes the pass to Zane Avance for the touchdown, eventually diving in for the pylon to make things 16-6. those Water Valley Wildcats would start to pull away for good. Guess who? Cannon Weiss breaks one tackle, and then he's in for the touchdown. Huge win tonight over their district rival, 71-18, the final. Another game in that district, Very Best taking on Paint Rock out at Indian Field here. Very Best on offense, and there we're going to try to get on the board first. Here making guys miss left and right down the sideline, and that is a Very Best touchdown. And guess what? They are going to take it tonight over Paint Rock. Final score 25-14. So taking a look at the district standings, Water Valley, a 3-0 perfect record. Erie County and Eden, the two teams we kind of thought would be battling out for the second spot in that district, are now at 1-1. That game could very well decide that final playoff spot. Very Best still in the mix, though. They're at 1-2. Paint Rock 0-2 in that district. The other 6-man district in our final district start things off with last night's game. Lorain taking on Olphin. Olphin drops another one. Loraine's a very good football team. They take it 50-0. And then looking at the district standings in 6-1A Division II, Blackwell was off this week. Lorain plays Blackwell the final week of the season, and that game in the past has been the district title game determining factor. Trent got the win over Abilene TLCA tonight, so the Eagles still 0-2, Olphin still 0-3, and that's how things are shaking out through week 9 of the Texas high school football season. And really, if we're taking a look at the biggest surprises right now, Sterling City falling to Westbrook was a big deal, not just in 6-man, but for the entirety of the Concho Valley. Number 2 team in the state goes down any time. That's a big deal. But the fact that the Eagles fought back after almost being mercy ruled, I think says something about that football team. And while they probably will not win the district title this year because I keep wanting to say Water Valley, Westbrook beat them, and Sterling City's got one more game left. Who knows what happens? It's football. We'll see. But they're probably not going to win the district title. However, they probably will go into the playoffs, and they will eventually, probably is the key word, get another shot at Westbrook. So that was one thing that was very interesting. Central, we're looking at the Bobcats and how things have gone through just 4 weeks of play. I guess, we're sitting at 5 weeks now. In 2-6A, we're taking a look at those standings again. That Abilene High and Central matchup is going to be a lot bigger than I think it. I mean, normally it's a huge matchup, but it really is going to be a big deal this year, not only for playoff purposes. Central does really kind of control their destiny since they own that tiebreaker over Midland, but since Midland Legacy and Permian have clinched those 2 playoff spots, they're bigger schools, and how 6A works, 6A Division I and 6A Division II, it's higher enrollment. So Midland Legacy and Permian are going to go up to Division I. Abilene and Central would be the Division II teams, and that's huge for the Bobcats. So if they are able to win another game against Legacy or have Abilene lose another game, and they end up finishing tied and they get the win over Abilene, then that tiebreaker will go to the Cats, and that would mean they would be the 1 seed representing 2A or 2-6A from that district instead of the 2 seed. So a lot of things still left to play out. Lakeview, a big surprise as well tonight. That showing that they can compete with the reigning district champs, a team that was 6-1 entering the night. That's a big statement from the Chiefs. And like I said earlier, there's really no moral victories that coaches like to say in football, but you kind of have to take away from the fact Lakeview pushed a really good football team to the very end. Well, that's going to do it for week 9 of the Texas high school football season. 2 weeks left. Coming your way next Friday night. We'll see you then.
Inside the Game is sponsored by Mitchell Automotive Group.